Our property has been in the family for as long as I can remember, and my grandpa purchased and basically managed the farm for his entire life. I'm kind of at that point now where I'm taking over from that perspective, and it's just really cool to be able to spend time with family out there. We always do the traditional gun hunt. On the farm we have this soybean field. It's been a great spot for us, and last year my wife was able to harvest her first buck, a great buck and a great experience that we were both able to have together.
So this guy came across the road for us into our field. He was chasing 9 does here, and he was about 60 yards away. Took our time to get a good shot in, and he went down right away, got him right in the shoulder here. Really happy for a first buck. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than this. You had my husband behind the camera helping me out along the way. Just an awesome experience. Can't beat it.
It is Tuesday, July 3rd. I am currently on my way to hang my fourth camera and put some mineral down. So I got 3 done already. This is my last one. So I'm just heading into the woods here, finish this up, come back in a couple weeks and check these, but hopefully able to get some inventory on some deer, see what we got running around, and try and feed those deer. Right now they're still growing quite a bit, so trying to get them some protein. But yeah. Uh, 2019 season, early July, started getting cameras set up. Started trying to pattern bucks and see where their summer patterns were, where their travel patterns were. Started getting stands up, put a ground blind up over this soybean field that had been planted that summer, and it was planted late, so by the time opening day came around, which was mid-September in Wisconsin, the soybean field was still green, which compared to other soybean fields that were already starting to turn, we had a lot of deer still holding in that field. We had scouted the field a lot prior to opening weekend, and probably for 3 or 4 consecutive nights I had 2 or 3 of our shooters entering that field, and basically it was just a matter of getting one of them into range. So we were pretty confident, excited, and we had a good game plan. It was just a matter of executing.
Full Draw Adventures is brought to you by SWAT Broadheads, drain your game. Shine Sense, works anywhere, anytime. Dead Center Archery Products, the best stabilization money can buy. True Ball and Excel Archery, others claim it, we prove it. Threads Custom Bowstrings, performance, reliability, success.
That's beautiful. All right.
That focus good.
So we're headed out. It's opening day, Wisconsin bow hunting. We're headed out to
my farm in central Wisconsin. We're going to hunt a soybean field that we've been scouting for probably the past month, and we got 3 bucks that we would shoot out there, 12 and 2 10 pointers. The 12 point is a younger deer, but very impressive. I passed him last year at 7 yards, and he probably blew up about 30 inches. So he's definitely a stud. There's another 10 that's a real good deer, and then there's just a stud 10 that's roaming around too. I haven't seen him, but my cameraman here, Ty, has seen him a couple times and said he's the real deal. So we got 3 bucks that would shoot out there. They've been still in their summer patterns and still coming out in bachelor groups. So while they're still doing that, we want to kind of take advantage of that time and see if we can catch one slipping and do what we can.
So this is a spot that we're really familiar with. My wife actually killed her buck there last year during the gun season, her first buck.
Look at this. So I'm picking stuff up and getting stuff set up, and I find the cartridge from the 270 from my wife's buck last year from this exact same spot. I didn't even know that I left it in here, but that's crazy. Last year we sat here, opening day gun, and she killed the buck in the first hour. It was her first buck, so it was an awesome experience, and now we're back in the same spot. This has really been a hot spot for us, so we're back in the same spot, but just kind of crazy that come in here and randomly find the cartridge in here on the ground. So kind of cool, kind of a cool, hopefully that's good luck.
The night started off as expected. Deer started pouring out into the field early. It was warm that night. The wind was blowing probably about the best wind you could get in that spot. However, we knew there was a risk of having a deer cross downwind. We had the ozonics going, and we did have deer cross downwind. However, it was never really an issue. We were tucked in all night, never had any deer wind us or anything. Funny story, while we were sitting in the blind, my grandmother decided to go out and get her mail about an hour before shooting light, kicked every single deer off the field. And at that point, we just kind of chuckled. We kind of chalked it up to, it was a good night. You know, we saw a lot of deer. We saw one of our hit list bucks. Probably about 20 minutes later, I turn around out of the backside of the blind and see 2 or 3 smaller bucks coming out of this block of woods, probably about 40, 45 yards away. And so I just kind of took note of it, kept watching. Bucks continued to come out from there. It was a bachelor group that was still together, and the last one that came out was one of our hit list bucks.
Full Draw Adventures is brought to you by Ozonics, undetectable, undeniable. Sitka, turning clothing into gear. Black Eagle Arrows, precision carbon arrows. The Ultra Rest by Quality Archery Designs, America's archery accessories.
At that point, it was a total on-the-fly adjustment, so had to move the chair. My cameraman had to move behind me. I got on one knee. It's funny because my grandma coming out and kicking all those deer off the field, I honestly think saved us. The front side of the blind did not have a deer anywhere behind us, so with all the movement we were making, I think we were able to actually get into position to potentially kill this deer because of that. I'm not saying that I was happy when it happened, but grateful when we look back that we were able to get into position.
Okay. We'll give her a look and then we'll go off of that.
Yeah, I don't want to go like full pessimistic, but there's two, with that riser being in the way, literally at impact, you have no angle on.
That's the hunter's fault, not the cameraman's fault.
We're just heading out right now, and I'll keep you updated. I'm not sure if we're gonna go track it or if we're gonna not. I don't want to push it, because if it's just one lung, I just don't want to mess with that. But it's tough to tell right now. We're just heading out. Yeah. No, I'll let you know. I'll keep you in the loop. So. Okay. Sounds good. Love you. Bye. 150 yards away, would you say, from here?
Yeah, probably something like that, 250, 300.
All right, so we're gonna go to the arrow, or to the initial shot, and then just look at blood. My dad's already out there with the mule. He drove up there, and we're just gonna walk. He's gonna meet us from the other side, and then we're just gonna walk and look and see what the blood looks like, and then make a decision from there. I don't know. I don't want to push it, so we'll just see what it looks like. I'm not. That's pretty good.
Right here.
Oh, so it looks like it's spraying pretty good though.
Yeah, he was spraying to the right, and he ran that way into the woods.
But this is that. Usually when I cut it.
That makes you feel a little better about it.
Well, you might have hit him better than we think. Look at the blood on the ground here.
Yeah.
Okay. Follow her up.
He comes through here.
Guys, look. Right there.
Right there he is.
Go.
Woo! Yes. There he is. All right. Woo! Nice.
Let's go.
Hey, how about it?
Awesome.
Put a shot on him. The footage is kind of hard to tell where the impact is, so I don't know, I was pretty skeptical, or I guess pessimistic about the shot, but turns out it was drilled. We knew up and down was good. We were just worried about left and right, and I think quartering two definitely helped. Where it ended up going through the deer, but not exactly sure exactly what we hit yet. We're gonna have to open it up and see, but just happy that it all came together, and thankful that my equipment was able to get the job done for me, and yeah.
Super grateful to have been able to harvest my Wisconsin buck on opening night. It's the second time in my life that I've been able to do that. And for me, it was exciting because I knew I had other options in regards to other states. We had plans to go to Kansas, Nebraska, potentially Illinois. So being able to tag out on that opening night was awesome. It was twofold for me. One, just being able to execute a plan that we put together all summer, and then two, being able to go to some other states and do some other things by filling that tag.
Today's Sitka tip of the week is on peep aperture size. A lot of people don't think about this. They just get a 1/8 or a 1/4 inch aperture hole for their peep. It's important that you have the right size peep hole for the right type of hunting and the right time of year. Personally, when I'm elk hunting, I like a 332 aperture size. This is smaller than what I hunt with. I whitetail hunt with a 1/8, but the 332 allows you tighter groups at longer range. In elk hunting, you may take a 70 to 80 yard shot. So the smaller aperture size helps keep your groups tighter. In a 1/8 peep, you get more light, but it also allows your eye to move around a little bit more, so the groups could open up just a little bit based off how disciplined you are with your anchor. The important part with aperture size is that you understand what your limitations are with the particular aperture you feel comfortable with. I would recommend a 1/8 for whitetail hunting because it gives you enough light in low light conditions, and it's closer hunting most of the time. I would recommend a 332 if you are hunting where you'll be doing spot and stalk, because being able to be more accurate, a little more accurate, is as important as having that first light opportunity.
Full Draw Adventures is brought to you by Martin Archery, designed and engineered to offer the best archery experience available. Whether your game is target or hunting, Martin is at the head of the pack.
About 1 a.m. right now, and we are headed down to a farm we have permission to hunt down in Nebraska. We got about 2 hours left after work today at about 4:30, 4:45, and so we're gonna get to our motel, and we're gonna get everything unpacked, try and catch some sleep for a couple of hours, and then wake up, head out to the farm, do a little scouting, and then get in for our afternoon sit. The weather looks pretty awesome for the week. For the first 2 nights, it's going to be pretty hot, and then it's going to cool off a lot. So pretty excited about that, hoping that the rut is in full swing, or at least they're in the chasing phase. We came down about a month ago and hung some sets, put some cameras up. Tomorrow we're going to hang a couple of more, check some cameras that we're not sending pictures, and just see what's on there. But hoping for a good trip. So I've been going to Nebraska for 3 or 4 years now. Decided to go down there and do some turkey hunting. They have a really early archery season for turkeys, so went down there and did spring break, and got connected with some landowners down there, and I've been going back ever since.
Meh. Meh.
Night 2 in Nebraska, tagged out. Couldn't be happier with this buck. We don't have a picture of him or anything, but he's just a stud of a 10-pointer, old deer. Came in following 9 does, and I was a little bit upset with myself. I didn't put a great shot on him. I had the wrong yardage selected and shot high, but I got right down out of the tree after spining him and put another arrow in him right away. I was kind of upset with myself, but at the same time relieved, so it's kind of a weird feeling. But like I said, super pumped to be tagged out. Awesome deer, and couldn't be happier. Just thankful to, like I said, be able to come out here and chase whitetails. So